All right. How we all doing this evening? Well, this evening here, I know a lot of people around the world are in the future. What's it like to live in the future? We want to hear it first. You're a time traveler. Well, are you? Hope we're all well this evening. I want to give a shout out to the people in chat. Cheryl, who is in the future, she can predict stuff and give us a first-hand look at what it's like. Hey, Elite, how are you? Parasolo, hey, Keith, how are you? Good to see you. Sixtus, always good to see you. Myself, Explored, always great to see you. Who else? Oh my God, Teshi, hello. Cal, I saw Cal there. How are you, Cal? And Mr. Wills, how are you, sir? Always good to see you. And Rob was in there earlier. Rob is checking something. He might be. We've got flying cars and stuff in the future. Well, wow, that's kind of boring. That was predictable, wasn't it? Flying cars, flying cars. It's kind of boring, isn't it? Flying cars. You think now, with the amount of technology that we have, or at least that we know of, the technology. I mean, you look at AI now, and AI is they're now they've been ringing the alarm bell for a while, but they're really starting to go, oh, okay, this is happening a lot quicker than we anticipated. Now they're saying 2027. I'm here. 2027 is when singularity, the dawning of singularity. And then I'm here in 2030, 2031. I mean, are you guys afraid of AI? Do you think we should be afraid of AI? I mean, I can understand, you know, people who work in, say, the film industry. You should worry. You really should. I mean, it's great right now. You don't have to build these expensive um, studios. You can do all this stuff on a computer generated to make you. Hey, Neil Parsons, how are you? Good to see you. You know, to make you, you know, look like you're in the mountains, the Rocky Mountains, and you're in like sunny Florida. Hey, Dave, how are you? I mean, it is scary to a sense that wow, our minds can be so easily tricked. I mean, you look at all these, Facebook and Google and all these other things using AI technology now. Chat GT, what is it, GPT or whatever the fuck it is? I don't even use it, but you look at all these generated photos and videos and these collages and all sorts of, it's just like, wow, art. If you're an artist, you're a painter or whatever, you're a creator of some sort. And these, do you have to worry? Yeah, I think so. It's your identity, things that you've created. It's all on the line. As long as you don't have them for launching nukes. No, we have other people to do that. Press that red button. I remember in the 80s when, Gorbachev and Reagan were like, heading off before, the Soviet Union became Russia or whatever. It's like everything was so tense again. And, it's like, okay, who is Ronald Reagan going to push the button or Gorbachev? It is very concerning. I think a well known, very concerning. And yeah, Parasola, that's what they've been saying. They're saying the rate of technology and how quickly it has become. I mean, you look at, from, the Stone Age to, the industrial age to, you know, to now. It's just like the intervals are just so much quicker. No, I didn't see that, Keith. I didn't. And yeah, I'm very concerned about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I noticed that myself. I mean, I tried it. I haven't gone full force with it. Um, I'm kind of like on the sidelines, just keeping an eye on it. I noticed a lot of people have dove right into it and I've used it quite often, which is fine. I mean, hey, I know a lot of people that love using it because it makes life a lot easier for certain things. And it does right now. And it will more so as it comes along. But I mean, the speed in which it is evolving is like mind-boggling. And I think that is the concerning issue. The fact that AI is evolving much more quickly than they anticipated. Yeah, I know, cleaning up some EVPs and stuff like that. I know some people have used AI technology to do that. By the way, in the immortal words of Gareth Davies, cheers, my dears. If you are a mindset podcast fanatic, you'll know what I'm getting at. Um, yeah, I've seen that. AI technology has been used in the paranormal. I've noticed that, and I think a lot of apps now. You're going to see some of the apps that are out there use and have been using AI technology a lot more. Does it need to be regulated? I think so. Yes. I mean, hey, look at you don't want to reach in singularity beforehand without anybody knowing. Because I mean, singularity meaning AI surpassing human intelligence. I mean, that day is going to come, whether we like it or not. But just how quickly is it going to come? And that's the thing. Like I said earlier, you hear all these different variations on when it's going to hit. 20. I think the earliest date I heard was 2027, and then I think a majority of the people are saying 2030 is when singularity is going to arrive, if you will. But like I said, at the rate it's going, it could be next year. I mean, you look at generated videos and photos, and you look at just in the past year how the technology has evolved. It's mind-boggling. You would be able to pick out an AI generated photo. No problem. They'd have fucked up fingers or, and if you had a moving collage, they'd have all sorts of fucked up imagery, and it wasn't flowing properly. Now it's like, oh wow, that was AI. Holy shit. Incredible. It's like, when DVD technology came along, digital technology remastering, and you saw all these classic films being remastered for the digital age, and you picked up that DVD and you're so fucking excited to watch it, and you threw it in there, and you're like, this is an atrocity. This is horrible, because there was all this ghosting and double ghosting and all sorts of crap. Oh, all the time. You see it all the time on TikTok. AI audible narration is a thing now. It's a huge thing. Any voice you want. Any voice you want. And now Apple wants to integrate AI into the Siri technology and other aspects of, you know, the Apple platform, which is, I don't know, is that scary? I, I go onto, Instagram or Facebook and ask Meta AI bullshit, something, and I don't want to. I just want to do a regular fucking search. I don't want to ask it anything. I just want to do a regular search. You know, it's like putting people out of business. That's what it is. It's happening. It's like going to a grocery store and the self checkouts. More and more of it because you don't have to worry about employing as many cashiers or people only have one person standing and just keeping an eye on things. But there's a backlash because people, even though they like the convenience of, ringing their own grocery, well, not really ringing their own groceries in. I mean, they're probably pissed. I got to do this all myself. Screw that. And they're getting paid. Blah, blah, blah. You asked for it and you got it. But not only that, it's theft has increased. You got to watch these people carefully. Sweethearting the self checkout cash, only ringing a few items in and putting the other ones in the bag and walking out without having to pay for the full deal. There are people that are traditional. They like to deal with humans. They like to talk and chat and, get up on all the gossip around the community and stuff like that. You're not the only one, Cheryl. You're not the only one. You're seeing a lot more people, a lot more companies sort of scaling back on the amount of self checkouts now. uh, uh, thank you, Mr. Wells. But it's interesting. These are things that companies are looking to sort of go a little bit more full force now because of how the economy is. It's become a little bit stagnant, and they don't want to. They don't want to, say the R word, recession. But technically, we're probably in a recession. Many parts of the world, unemployment is rising. Um, inflation is still high in many parts. I know here in Canada they finally cut the interest rate after 4 years. So I mean that's a positive note, but still only 0.25%. I know in the US they're struggling. They're at 3.35 or something like that. And they want it down to like 2 something. I haven't heard on if they've cut. I don't think they've cut their interest rate. I think they've status quo. I think they left it the same. So inflation is still high. And that's in due part to many aspects, obviously. War, obviously does not help. Hey, Land Romer, how are you? Good to see you, man. Absolutely. We do live in crazy times. I mean, for years we had it good. We did have it good. I mean, we prospered. We low interest rates. You could get a fucking mortgage for like next to nothing for interest rates. I mean, if anybody knows anything about, the 80s, the early 90s, back to the 80s and back, how high the interest rates were. to buy a house. Oh fuck! Even back, we're talking about 20%. It's a 20%, and you know what? We're bitching about fucking 5%, 5.5%. Imagine what it was like to have to pay 20%. It's like people are bitching. It's so expensive. I get it. Yeah, it is. But it's not as expensive as it was. And this is what happens when you have years of prospering. I mean, fuck, things are going to come to a crashing halt regardless. It's an evil cycle. It happens. And we just have to get over that hump and just, hey. And I think we're all, well, I don't know, are we there? Forecasters are saying that, things are going to sort of loosen up the second half of this year. But that all fucking depends on these situations that are going on in different parts of the world and how they play out. And I'm not going to mention them because YouTube might say, "Hey, look, they're talking about conspiracy," and then let's shut them down. God, do we want that? Oh my God, I said God. How many times have I said God? They're going to shut me down. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Not really. I like to be a realist, I think. I think you guys like to be a realist too, don't you? I mean, come on, let's be honest. Let's you know, you got I mean, mainstream media, and I'm not going to get too much into conspiracy theories. I don't want to get into that shit. Just don't want to dive into that. I would like to get into the paranormal a little bit, but I'm just starting off with this. You know, because it's been on my mind, and the AI thing is crazy. I'm going to go back to the AI thing. It's crazy. It really is. The rate it's growing is insane. Absolutely, Land Rover, and that's a good attitude to have. I mean, unfortunately, most people aren't like that. They rely on turning the evening news on, and look, if they're telling me this is what's happening, so it must be happening, right? I mean, God forbid anybody thought for themselves, right? I mean, I don't want to say that, the C word. I mean, the years of lockdown really disrupted things. You know, many people, don't know what normalism or normality is anymore. Normalism, new word of the night. Normalism. They don't know what normality is anymore. I mean, those years really affected a lot of people. They really did. Hey, Adrian, how are you? Good to see you. Steven, how are you? Good to see you. Good evening. I mean, morning to you, sir. I mean, we're talking about what? Close to one? What is it? Close to one? Oh, no. 12. No, yeah, it's 120. 120, right? Am I right? 120 in your part of the world. In the UK, it's 120, something like that. Absolutely, Neil. I agree. I agree. People need to get out and explore. They really do. They really do. I mean, there's so much out there. Hey, Safari, good to see you, buddy. Always great to see you. I mean, it's great to get out and explore. You know, I mean, for years I worked on the. Oh, well, take care. Take care, well known. Good to see you, man. All the best. Thanks for popping in. You know, I worked, the night shift for a long time, and I remember getting home in the morning about what 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I get home and I'd change and I'd go for a fucking trail run because I couldn't sleep when I got home. I really couldn't. I had to tire myself out. So I'd go hit the trail, and there was a few trails I'd hit, and I would run. I would run on along the trails, and or I would explore. I would look for these places that nobody would look for or had forgotten about, abandoned, or whatever. There used to be so many places around here. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of them are now gone, which kind of sucks. But when you do find that diamond in the rough here, it's great. And I haven't really done that much because I'm not on the night shift anymore, and I haven't really ran it in quite a long time because of this. But I still like to get out there and explore. And if when this year, when I have time off, obviously I will be doing a lot of content, creating content for you guys here on the channel of explorers and so on and so on. In fact, we'll probably have a content coming up for an investigation of an old farmhouse. Yeah, that's probably coming up very soon too. So yeah. I'll probably open up things. I mean, I don't know if anybody wants to come up on the panel. If anybody's interested, let me know. I will. I will put the link in the chat. If not, then I won't. We may have some people popping in here throughout the evening. Anyhow, but if anybody is interested, by all means, I will put the link out in chat. I'm up early to work. Yeah. Yeah, this old farmhouse, Cheryl, is very, very cool, very unique. It is now a museum. And it has been a museum for a long time, and it gives you a glimpse of what it was like to live at the turn of the century. Being, the it was built in 1899, so from 1899 to the early 1900s, what it was like to live on a farm. And the curator contacted me years ago because they had some issues happening at this particular farmhouse. And ever since then, it's just been, yeah, it's been, I don't want to say chaotic because it hasn't been chaotic, but it's been very intriguing. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff unfolding in that old farmhouse. So, will something happen? The visit's coming up within the next week, or the investigation, that is. Well, here, I've played it a million times, but here you go. I'm going to play it again because you guys love it so much. I'm going to play it anyways. But here you go. Here's a little piece of what's played out in the old farmhouse. I'm just going to pull it up here. Here we go. You guys have seen it a million times, but I'm going to play it 1,000,001. Here we go. I'll play it one more time. There you go. So there's something. There's something that's played. Actually, that really was by fluke that I found that. Steven, your sticker will be on its way this week. I'm putting all the stuff out Monday, so don't worry, buddy. Your sticker will be with you within a little bit of time, but you'll be getting your sticker, dude. Your NFR, and I want you to send me a photo of where you stick your sticker. And the same with Sue. Sue, your shirt is coming. I'm just waiting for it to arrive. Once it arrives, I will be sending it your way. I want a picture of you wearing the shirt. And so on and so on. And we will be having some more shows in the new season. Actually, probably our bonus show in August. We'll probably have another giveaway. And if anybody wants to trade stickers, I'm all about trading stickers. I got shitload of stickers. I'm still waiting for Matt to give me a sticker. Hey, Kieran, how are you? Karen, how are you? Sorry, Kieran. Karen, how are you? I don't know why I want to say Kieran. Hi, Karen, how are you? The real McCoy. I'm waiting for my secret vault sticker. Where can we grab a sticker to? I mean, you could buy one if you want. I mean, hey, all proceeds go to the running of the show. But Steve, if you send me your address, I will send you a sticker, dude. Just for you, Mr. Wills. I will send you a sticker. So email me your address or message me on Facebook Messenger with your Addy, and I'll send you a sticker, dude, just for you. And yeah, so during our bonus show, I think this summer in August, we'll probably have another giveaway. So we'll probably give away another double-sided T-shirt. I think we're going to put it into retirement again. So I mean, if you guys want a double-sided Nocturnal Frequency Radio T-shirt, go to our merch and merch store and buy one. And again, like I said, all proceeds go back into the running of the show here on StreamYard, and of course with the radio network as well. Thank you, dude. I got your email, Steven. Don't worry. I got your address. Yours is coming too. But you won your sticker. You earned it. Just kidding. So we'll you trade stickers, Keith. Hey, fuck man, send me some info. Keith, send me some info at nocturnal frequency at gmail.com. Or if you're on Facebook, you can, I don't know. Oh yeah, I can mail to good old Australia. Cheryl? Yes, I can email. I mean, I can email Australia. No, I can mail to Australia. That's not a problem. I don't mind doing that. We mail. Are you talking about hey Joseph, how are you? Are you talking about me, or are you talking about the merch site? The merch site sends anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. So if you purchase anything, it will send it to you. It will ship it to you, no problem. Absolutely no problem. And again, All proceeds from the sales go back into 100% into running this show. Don't follow me or you'll get lost. Yeah, it's a good. I like that one, Parasol. I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, no, they pretty much anywhere in the world. If you have any issues, just let me know. If you want something, just let me know. We can also have it. I can have it shipped here, and then I could, ship it to you if they don't. But from what I understand, I think they ship pretty much anywhere in the world. Except for certain zones, but certain areas that are problem issued. Oh my God, talk about. But anywhere in the world, pretty much, except for problem zones, areas that are, don't travel there. You shouldn't travel there. There's a travel issue. Don't go there. Travel warning. Is there a travel warning in there? Is there? Without warning. I like that one, Steven. Okay, hold on a sec here. Let's see here. Here is let me just I've loaded a few of these up, but I'll play them again. And again, these have been taken from the farmhouse. I will no, that's not it. Let's see. Oh my God, so many of them. Okay, these are some taken from the farmhouse, so I'll load them up. Some of the more notorious EVPs taken from the farmhouse. I have to listen to some of them because let's see here. And again, there's all sorts of phenomenon that happen here. There. Let me see. I'll load up 3 for now. What's this one here? Wow, that one still gives me chills. Okay, so I'll put that one there. Okay, so here you go. Here's, let me just look at chat. Hold on. Okay, so here, excuse me, here's some, excuse me, EVPs taken from the farmhouse. And again, like I said, there's going to be new content coming from a new investigation of this farmhouse. So here we go. Here we go.
That's the beauty of Victoria. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I guess. Wouldn't the decorators have no bit right now?
That one's the only one I didn't hear.
That was more upstairs. It wasn't like the one we were
Wasn't
hearing
like
here.
the one
No.
That's the beauty of Victoria. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decorations up a bit right now.
That one's the only one I didn't hear.
That was more upstairs. It wasn't like the one we were
Wasn't
hearing
like
here.
the one
No.
That's the beauty of Victoria. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get.
So what are you guys hearing? What are you hearing there? Before I tell you what's going on, what do you guys hear? What do you hear? I'll play it again. So tell me what you're hearing or what you think you hear.
Decorations up a bit right now.
That one's the only one I didn't hear.
That was more upstairs. It wasn't like the one we were
Wasn't
hearing
like
here.
the one
No.
That's the beauty of Victoria. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decorations up a bit right now.
That one's the only one I didn't hear.
That was more upstairs. It wasn't like the one we were
Wasn't
hearing
like
here.
the one
No.
That's the beauty of Victoria. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decorations up a bit right now.
Okay, so scenario is another woman. so scenario is yeah, parasol, yeah. So what you're hearing is you hear talking, and that is in the dining room, which is on the other side of the house. Okay, so you have the dining room, you have the front foyer, staircase to the upstairs, and then you have the funeral parlor room, which is in the front on the other side, where there's a fireplace. And that recorder was on the fireplace mantle, and there was nobody in that room. So you're hearing us in the back room, in the background on the other side of the house. So that's how well the recorder. It was a Zoom H2, I believe. The thing is fantastic. Anyways, so you hear us talking, and then you hear what sounds like somebody like clearing their throat. And then all of a sudden you hear this, like this door or cupboard closing, slamming shut. That is a phenomena in itself in this house. I don't know how many times, and I'm going to play another sample of it, of that slamming door sort of sound. And I have tried 6 ways to Sunday to try to debunk it, try to explain it, and I just can't. We just can't. But anyhow, the theory is that coughing and clearing of the throat is the original owner of the house, who died of a lung ailment, who died in the house, and his funeral was in that room, hence the funeral parlor, because back then they didn't have the money and the luxury of having, renting out a funeral parlor and having a showing and blah blah blah. You just didn't do that back in the day. You couldn't. You didn't have, many people didn't have the money, so they would have it in that front room, hence called the funeral parlor room. So you're hearing what sounds like some dude, some guy, coughing and clearing his throat. right there where the fucking recorder was on the fireplace mantle. That is fucking insane. Hey, Sue, how are you? Good to see you. I'll play it one more time so you guys know it's in your heads. Your brains and your thought waves have been contaminated with what I've said. So now you're just going to believe it anyways. No, I'm just kidding. Now it's going to be more clear. So here you go. I'm going to play it one more time and then we'll move on.
That one's the only one I didn't hear.
That was more upstairs. It wasn't like the one we were hearing here. No.
That's the beauty of Victoria. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decorators out of the bed right now.
That one's the only one I didn't hear.
And if you notice, we kind of react to the banging, which is kind of weird. We didn't hear the coughing and clearing of the throat. We didn't hear that. We heard the banging, which is even more odd. So here we go. This is sort of another example of the door banging, but in a different area of the house where this was captured. It doesn't matter where you're in this house. You capture this banging. It's fucking odd. It's so unexplainable. But here you go. Here's another sample of it. Twice! Not once, but twice! And you hear the creaking of the floor. These are old wood floors, so everything creaks, but there's nobody there. Nobody. Absolutely no one. Isn't that crazy? There's nobody there. Nobody. You don't. That's crazy, man. Crazy. Yes, absolutely, Neil. Residual. It's residual to the house. It's like a broken record playing over and over and over. Hey, Laura, how are you? Good to see you. It's crazy. But there's nobody there. The floor creaking and the door slamming or cupboard slamming, whatever. We can't figure it out. In 15 years that we've been going into this house and trying to recreate it, we've never been able to. That's crazy. But I'll tell you, one aspect that sticks out with this is the fact that what really comes through with a lot of the research that's been gone into this place over 15 years is the presence of children. The presence of children. And one of the biggest sort of aspects of our time there, of all time, was one time when I was in that parlor room sitting by myself in the dark conducting an EVP session. That's right. A grassroots EVP session. No ghost box or apps or anything fucking like that, but a good old recorder. That's it. Me and a recorder. And I just had this overwhelming feeling that there was kids in the room. And I'm as psychic dumb as they come. I'm not psychic and will never claim to be. But I just had this really weird feeling that there was children present with me. So I started asking questions like, why are you guys here? You're not supposed to be here. Because back then, children were forbidden to go into that room. Only adults were allowed to go in that room. So I'm like, if your parents find out you're here, you're going to get in trouble. Are you playing hide and go seek? Just playing down to them and asking questions that made sense to kids. And you got to remember, it's period. It's period sensitive. So you have to ask questions that kind of make sense to the kids or children back then. Because there was lots of toys, like wooden toys, handcrafted toys, and things that they would play with back then at the turn of the century. And as I kept asking questions and asking questions, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, my shirt, my sleeve, I was wearing a t-shirt like this. My shirt went like this, like something was tugging on it, like that. And I'm like, wow, what? Holy crap. So my skeptical mind is going, okay, what was that? Okay, the windows are closed. It's August. It's fucking stagnant in here. It must have been like 30 degrees in that house, and there was no windows open. 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know. I think that's 90 Fahrenheit, maybe. I don't know, something like that, close to it. I'm like, guys, quick, check the DVR. Check the DVR. See if there's any movement on the DVR, any of the cameras. Nothing. Audio. We need to check the audio because we stamped the audio. The audio. We got to check the audio. And when I went back and I checked the audio, and I don't know, I got to find the EVP, but all you can hear what sounds like a sick female, like sick or very, very low in energy, and sort of like trying to mumbling, trying to formulate words and can't do it. It was insane. Absolutely insane. So, okay, we'll move on to the next one. Here we go. Here you go. And this is during another EVP session. Here we go. In a different part of the house.
Is there somebody who's having a hard time breathing? Is there somebody who's having a hard time breathing?
Hey, Glasgow Dave, how are you?
Is there somebody who's having a hard time breathing?
That's insane. What are you guys hearing?
Somebody who's having a hard time breathing.
What are you guys hearing?
Is there somebody who's having a hard time breathing?
Exactly, Tishy. That's it. Exactly. A direct response, an intelligent response to a question being asked?
Having a hard time breathing.
You hear that? Yes.
Is there somebody who's having a hard time breathing?
Isn't that insane? These. Hold on.
Is there somebody who's having a hard time breathing?
That's just these are just some examples or samples of what have been captured over the years in this farmhouse. And we're talking about 15 years that we've been going in researching the history of this place and investigating this place. These are just some of the samples over the years. Only some. And I keep saying this, and people just don't understand. You when you investigate the paranormal, excuse me, when you investigate the paranormal, people automatically assume, okay, you come in, you spend a couple hours, and then you leave, and then you review all your findings and blah blah blah, and you determine if a place is haunted or not. And then you tell the home owner or business owner or whatever. That's not how it fucking goes. If you know anything about investigating the paranormal, you need to have several visitations to a location to truly understand what's going on. And especially if it's a home. You know, you got to make sure you're fucking bang on with the homeowner and telling them, "Oh yeah, your place is haunted. Your house needs to be cleansed. You've got demonic activity happening." What? Are you fucking insane? So you don't live in that house, but they do, and now all of a sudden they want to fucking sell their house because they got demons in their house? What the fuck? You're responsible because you're the fucking idiot that said that. And I've had to deal with fallout with shit like that a couple times. So, and I'm not going to get into the story again. I've already done it a million times. But I mean, people are truly looking for help. Exactly, loopy juice. People are honestly looking for some sort of help. Because I mean, honestly, if you live in a house and you have some strange occurrences happening that are making you nervous, that you're frightened, I mean, who do you fucking turn to? Are you going to call the cops? They're going to show up and go, "You're fucking loopy juice." Loopy juice. I like that. I like that, Sue. I'm stealing that. I'm sorry. You know, I mean, there's so many scenarios that play out here, and you really need to take those all into consideration. You know, when especially going into a house location. You know, I mean, number one, most people will say, "Oh, look, I got a house investigation. Oh, cool, let's set it up," and just go in and that's it. Wrong. You need to go and have an interview with the fucking people that own that house before you bother scheduling a investigation, a full-on investigation. Number one, you are responsible for the people that work with you in investigating a location. And number two, you are responsible bringing those people into that fucking location and making sure that you're fucking helping the people that are asking for help. Not only that, are the people on loopy juice. Hey, Jimmy, how are you, buddy? Nobody's causing any trouble at all. Absolutely. Come on up, buddy. You want to come on up? If you want to come up, let me know and I'll send you the link. Through Messenger. But like I mean, for honest for look at people are truly looking for help. And the best way to help them is to make sure that they're not on loopy juice. Because if they're on loopy juice, we've got a problem. Loopy juice mean being drugs, alcohol, bipolar, you name it. These all play into the situation. You know, they play into the situation, whether you know it or not, or like it or not, but it does. I mean, come on. It's all about being responsible in looking into a home, especially a home investigation. Right? A home investigation. I don't like doing homes anymore, or I try to avoid them because example, we had an investigation of a house, a loft, open concept house, beautiful home, all open. You had your bedroom level was just open with a corridor that went around, and it was completely open. And we went in to get the gist of what was happening in the house, talk to the homeowners, get a sense of what we're dealing with. Is it safe? And the determination was that everything was cool, but of course, a big but. There's always a big but, and that big but got in the way. No, they literally said, "Is it okay if we let our, and this is after we had set up the investigation. We set up the investigation. And I get a call. From the homeowner saying, "Listen, is it okay if we invite our neighbors over to see the process?" Are you fucking kidding me? We already made the necessary arrangements, and now you want to invite your fucking neighbors in to see? Fuck no. Oh, it's fine. We'll sit down in the living room and play DVD Trivial Pursuit. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on. Do you want us to come or not? Yes. Okay, fine. Make sure everything is as agreed upon. So we show up at the house, and of course, their fucking neighbors are in the fucking house, in the living room, and they're about to play DVD fucking pursuit. Hello, sir. How are you?
Sorry.
I'm just in the middle of a story. Let me finish it off. And so so it's like I said to the homeowner, I said, "What the hell are you doing? I told you." Only you guys present during the investigation, and that's it. It's they sent the kids. They had kids. They sent the kids off to the grandparents, and oh look at we're free of kids. We're gonna invite the neighbors over to play DVD Trivial Pursuit. Okay, bye. See you later. Oh no. We'll tell them to go. Well, fucking too late. Bye. How are you, Jeff?
I'm good. I'm good. You were like on a roll right there. You're talking about a place you were invited to investigate, and finally,
I get animated. I do. I get very animated, especially when thrown in and thrusted into some situations. I really do.
well, sometimes it gets to us, and well, how you doing? I'm tired of it. But you, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm great. I'm great. A Friday evening, just taking it easy. I figured I'd come in here and say, "Hey, how much spirits do you want? What? Wait. How much? Wait. How much, Steve? Do you want spirits
Romulo.
aware of you? Interested? Well, hold on. How? Oh my goodness. Passion is passion, but absolutely, absolutely, Keith. Hold on. God, the chat is moving. Uh,
Sorry.
I'm. I guess that's up to the spirits, Neil. I mean, whatever's there. I want them to be aware that we're there, right?
Well, and
You know,
sometimes they know you're coming to a place.
yeah,
I can tell you like just a little insight. And hello everyone. Uh, I came in from Nova Scotia last night at around
that's right.
midnight.
You were out there for some shindig.
Yeah, I was
Y-
there until yesterday. Um, I did three investigations. Wait, one, two, no, four. We went to investigate. It's abandoned bunkers that are around. Hey, Dom. They're abandoned bunkers that are all around Nova Scotia,
mhm.
and there are known places that people go and like do seances and stuff like that and open up stuff.
Yeah,
And there's a set of bunkers that my friend Lomar went to investigate a couple of
yeah.
years ago,
Okay.
and he haven't been there like in 2 years.
All right.
We go and investigate there, and like everything was going, and like REM pods that were going off, and one that wasn't going off at all, and all of a sudden, it like decides to go off.
Okay.
But that's not the strangest thing. It's like all around the site, we found at least a dozen coins, like little coins with the Ten Commandments written on them.
Really? So, okay.
All
Now,
over the place, like on the sides of windows, on like placed all around the place. And we found like two cards. It's like repent from your sins and stuff like that.
wow.
It's like, whoa, whoa. It's like and I, on my honor, it's like we placed there. It's like, no, I'm talking to Lomar. It's like people gonna say we placed them there. No, because I found one afterward. Oh, look, there's another one.
Hmm.
Look, it's like, whoa, what the hell?
That's insane.
Uh, Afterwards, we went to
Well,
invest.
hold on. What your initial thought? I want to dive into your thinking process here.
I,
When you
I,
saw those
I'm,
coins,
I
come on.
have, I have two theories. My first theory is like somebody that when they're as a kid probably did some seances and stuff and probably had an experience there.
Yeah.
And when they're out of guilt and place some religious memorabilia.
Yeah.
And the other one is probably somebody saw Lomar's video and went there, say probably something like dark or demonic is there,
Uh,
and this.
okay.
But
Okay.
the other thing is, like, my when Lomar went there the first time, it's Randall Nautica that led led him there.
Okay. Yeah.
And when he arrived there, he found a wooden cross, but
Okay.
it's the kind of crosses my parents had a cross like that when my brother passed away. It's a kind of cross like you slit open and you can put messages in them.
Okay.
And I know because like I told you, my parents they have my mom still has that cross. It's my brother's cross.
Yeah.
And he found a cross like that there. And at a certain point in time, he arrived there and the cross is not there anymore.
Yeah.
And we go there and investigate like 2 years after he found that cross, and we found coins with the Ten Commandments. And I took a picture, a screenshot when Lomar was investigating in that place.
Yeah.
And there's a set of glowing eyes watching it.
Wow.
Give me a second. I'm going to search into my pictures. I'm going to
Okay.
try and find it.
That sounds
And
good.
and I didn't knew Lomar back then. I when I saw the video, I started following Lomar like for probably a week or so. Like he was Canadian, he was a good content creator and everything. So
Yep.
hey, what the heck? I'm gonna follow him. But when you went investigating there, and like he pans the camera on himself, and that caught my eye. That caught my attention right away, and I backed up the video. I screenshot it, and I even did a circle. I think it's this one. Is it this one? No, not this one. I'm gonna try and find it.
Oh, you're muted. Oh, nothing.
You
I'm
muted?
talking.
No,
No, no, no. You're good. You're good.
dumb. Wait, what the heck? Here's this. Not this one. I look like probably an idiot right now. Got so much stuff. Notes around here somewhere.
Hey, Julie. How are you? Good to see you.
Allegedly. Still, no, I'm too far. Okay.
Wait a sec. Hold on. Let me just.
Go ahead. It's your show.
Yeah. No, I'm going to. I'm going to play this.
Oh,
Lola. Where the heck is it? I'll probably get Doug for this. Let me just see. Where is it? I don't think I have it on here. No, it's not there. Okay, let me just see. This is. All right. Let's see. Maybe I have it on here. I think I might have it loaded up. Let me just check.
there it is. I knew it. I knew it. There it is. Found it.
Okay, give me a sec here. I'm gonna play this and then hold on a sec. Here we go. Here we go. I'll probably get Doug for this, but what the hell? Okay, I'll be right back.
Gross and straight. When I first walked in, I didn't feel like
Does it seem connected to any of the other rooms, or
I feel like this would be a room where somebody would stay,
yeah?
like a worker or somebody that, I don't know if they rented rooms, a boarder. I don't feel like it's a family room.
¿Qué piensa, por?
I want to go in here.
Let's see attic.
I want to go in there.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, this is an all access pass.
Oh my God. A little happy up here.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I have no reason to feel happy up here.
What kind of happy?
Like just giggly. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe the kids played up here or something. The residual energy. I feel like that's a lot of what I'm feeling in some of those rooms.
Mhm.
Like even when I was walking up the stairs, I felt like there was a woman on the stairs that walks up and down, but it's probably not a spiritual woman. It's more of, just the energy that somebody left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you'll get EVPs in this room. Okay.
You want to look around here?
Is there
Yeah,
something
rocks
over
around
there?
over here.
Oh my God. Holy. Not gonna fall through, right?
No.
I never have.
Holy mother. These are loose.
Loose over there? And you were loose over.
Yeah, I think the kids played up here. Because I can see some children sitting looking out the window, watching or waiting for somebody. This is definitely an active room. Because I feel like my throat's closing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm actually conscious of my breathing. So I don't know if somebody died in this room. Or maybe somebody had an illness in this room. But I feel like my throat's really thick here.
Now, would you say an older, younger? What do you sort of pick up?
No, I haven't.
No?
No. I keep seeing, which has nothing to do with this room, but I even saw it when I was in the attic. I don't know if somebody died on the property, like a farmhand. Was there any accidents?
Not that I know of.
You know of? Okay. Because I keep seeing that over and over again since I've been upstairs. I don't think they had slaves here. But I feel like, did they hire workers from other countries or did people come in to work here?
Mm-hmm.
Were they black people?
No.
An odd question. There's something with that, with the people that came here to work.
Nike.
All right. So that
Is that the place you're taking me? I don't want to hear it too much.
yeah,
What? See, he's gone now. I think his internet kind of left him. I can't. You show. I can show you.
I
Oh,
was
there you go.
kicked out of my own studio. What the hell?
Yeah, it was like, can I at least show the picture? No.
Okay, here we go. 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 Wow. Oh wow.
And
Okay,
and
tell us about this.
I've checked this place, and this is an old bunker, or I don't. There a set of bunkers all around in Nova Scotia, and this set of bunker, I think, is the most recent one. They're
Hmm.
80 years. They date back to the Second World War, and that place, Lomar, when investigating that place, was that video was made 2 years ago. And while watching the video, I saw that. And it's in the middle of the woods. There are no houses around. It's near York's Redoubt in Nova Scotia.
Yeah,
And there are no reflective material on the concrete. That's a concrete wall right there.
that's a what? What? That's not a tree.
No,
Looks like a tree.
yeah, but there's a little, like, little tiny little tree there.
Yeah,
But behind, right here, there's a
that's a
door.
concrete wall.
There's a concrete bunker right
Wow.
there. There's a concrete wall there. That's the door. And there's a
Wow.
little, little tiny tree about like that. Now he's a little bit that big, but that's a little tiny tree. But right
Gotcha.
there, that was a set of glowing eyes. And
Wow.
that was about 2 years ago. So we went and investigate that place. Crazy night.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Uh, we went to investigate. Uh, we were dropped on McNabb's Island. I don't know if you know McNabb's Island. It's
Yeah,
an
I'm
island
familiar. I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
in the right when you get into Halifax Harbor.
Yep.
Well, we were dropped there at 10 in the morning. We were picked up at 6, and we investigated Fort McNabb. It's an abandoned fort. It was used. It was built in 1830 something, so it was not really used. But there are many soldiers that died during training, and right beside the fort, well, there's the graveyard of Peter McNabb, and on McNabb's Island, before the fort was built,
Mhm.
well, it was a prison island where all the Acadians were parked before being deported. So many Acadians, there's like unmarked graves all over the island. Uh, so we trekked the whole island. We investigated for McNabb for about an hour, and we had like crazy responses. Ramparts going off in the bunker where like in concrete,
Okay.
and ramparts going off. Uh, and then Lomar and me, went to investigate an abandoned house in Nova Scotia. It's in the middle of the woods. And the first time that Lomar and Chelsea went there, they stumbled upon a ritual.
A
Some people
ritual, huh? Ooh.
some people were getting ready to do a ritual. Candles were lit and everything, so probably they heard them coming through the woods, got
Hmm.
spooked, and ran off.
Wow.
And I kid you not, the house is in the middle of the woods. It's abandoned. It's all destroyed. It was my first abandoned house, urbex adventure style. I loved it.
Hmm.
And we're hearing voices. I heard voices like people were coming. Like I went to Lomar. Oh shit, there's people coming, and there were nobody. I thought there
Wow.
was like people, like a bunch of kids, like they were coming to 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 investigate, or probably to come and party around. But
Yeah.
there was nobody.
That's insane.
That was really insane. Great place,
Yeah.
and I have one place in mind, and I love so much doing adventure style filming. Uh, there's a place here in Quebec
Yeah.
that in 1971 there was a big tragedy that happened in that city.
Okay.
A massive landslide engulfed. Oh, I don't have my phone. Let me grab my phone. I don't
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
say any
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of bull crap.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, this one. Okay. So there was a massive landslide, and 41 houses were engulfed into that landslide, and 31 people were killed.
That's insane. That's
The
crazy when
town,
you.
the town doesn't exist anymore, and
Oh,
all that neighborhood is like it's a massive crater now, and it's the name of the town. Well, I will give it if Dom is still in the chat. Dom, if you want to come, I'm camping there. I'm camping there. I'm doing an adventure style video. It's called Saint Jean Vianney. 1971 in the early morning, the ground just gave away and 31 people just died. And there some of them are still buried.
still buried.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it was so massive and the houses there are still pieces of the houses there. So yeah, I want to go investigate that land because yes, it's this very violent and sudden death. Um,
so well. Let me ask you, Jeff. What would you use? What techniques would you use to investigate something like this? Especially
well,
something like this. What would you do out of the norm that you wouldn't normally do in a normal investigation? What would you do?
oh my God, differently. I don't know. Probably more listening, more trying to. I don't know. Try to catch some EVPs, go directly in the crater, try to
Yeah.
place a uh spare pair of pens. Well, I always say if there's no bullets flying, I'm good. So um but I would probably lead it like I lead any kind of investigations, just lay a couple of devices around, try to catch EVPs, try to get some kind of line of communication,
Yeah.
trying to I don't know. I would like lead it like any other investigation I lead. Or
I see. If I was to do something like that, I think I would probably try to experiment a little. And I don't know that's me though. I would try to sort of implement something a little different that I wouldn't normally do.
there's something I want to do, but I can't do it alone. I have to have somebody with me that asks questions.
Well, there's where Dom comes into play, right?
Yes, and working with somebody and especially somebody um uh, as knowledgeable as Dom, as intelligent as Dom. Um, you, it's like a plus. So to help you lead an investigation, you need somebody experienced to back you up. And the thing is, I want to do a an Estes method, blindfolded, of course, but with holding my pendulum at the same time,
Yeah.
and people asking questions towards the spirits, but towards the pendulum as well, and somebody that can lead a pendulum and know how to like ask a pendulum yes or no, and to stop, to recenter and everything, because sometimes you'll have to ask spirit like, can you stop the pendulum, please? Thank you. And to ask the other
Hey,
questions, because
Rob, how are you? Sorry,
I
sorry.
I, I, w- I would love I would need somebody else with me
Mm.
to help me lead that investigation. So that's one thing I wanted to try. I wanted to try it in
Take care, Steve. Have a good evening.
take care, Steve. I wanted to try it in Nova Scotia when I was investigating with Lomar, but it came out of our head. But I did something crazy, and something really, really weird happened. I was under Estes, and my hat was on my eyes. I couldn't see anything.
Hmm.
I dipped my hat on my eyes, and I was sitting where the circle of candles was when Lomar and Chels discovered the place.
Yeah.
And I was getting good answers. And all of a sudden, I feel like a hand grabbing my shoulder. I thought it was Lomar telling me your time is up. And I
Yeah.
felt like somebody walked in front of me, and the wooden floor is like kind of wonky. So you feel when somebody walks. So I felt like he went in front of me
Hmm.
and just grabbed my shoulder, like to tell me, you're done. I take off my headphones, take off my hat. I'm looking, there's nobody. I turn around, Lomar is like sitting in the doorway of like the room I'm in. Like, did you just touch me? He went like, no, I'm sitting there. And all the time I'm feeling like he's walking around in the room to ask questions or around the house, but he didn't move from there. And I felt like a hand grabbing me, like saying, you're done. I went right back in it, and it was one crazy night. We had to
I
get
bet.
out of there at a certain point because it was coming, like, was like telling us like to leave, get away, you're not welcome. Oh,
So when you're thrusted into a position such as Jeff, when you're hearing stuff say, "Get out. We don't want you here." I mean, what are your initial thoughts? I mean, what do you think? Does
I
that
asked why.
does that
I
does that frighten you?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
because I ask because it's like in normal life. In
Hmm.
normal life, you have people that don't like guests, so they'll tell you like to f off, like get out. You're in my
I'm used
house.
to my girlfriend screaming and swearing at me all the time.
so it's like, you know they're probably like not a welcoming type of person. So
Yeah. Hmm.
probably it's that kind of person that tell, oh, sorry, I'm
That's
yawning.
okay, man. Yeah, I hear you.
After
I hear
10
you.
after a long drive, it always
Yeah.
takes me like a day or two to get
Yeah.
like back into it. So
How long of a drive was it for you? It's probably much longer for me, but I mean, how long
10
how long
hours.
wow,
10
10
hours.
out
Yeah.
10 hours for you would probably be like, so
Oh,
I'm
for you
looking
it's
at
like,
maybe
m-
18 hours, maybe
my friend lives
16,
in
18 hours.
Brantford. My friend Angelo lives in Brenton. Brent, is it Brenton?
Brampton?
You're
Okay.
correct. near Toronto.
Yeah, yeah, Brampton.
Well, yeah, he lives in Brampton, and he did it one time straight up. It took him 21 hours.
Damn.
I told him, you're nuts, man.
Yeah, fuck, man.
I drive 13 hours, and I think I'm crazy. You're crazier than me. Drive 21 hours.
Yeah.
And as massive he is, like he's making good money with YouTube. So he's the kind of guy that can't like afford a hotel, or at least like call me Jeff. I'm in Quebec. Can I sleep at your place? Like, come on here, man. I'll make the bed for you. So, but it's worth it because once you go and investigate and try and see Nova Scotia, you
Hmm.
want to go back. And we made some good contacts over there because we went to spend one day we wanted to investigate it, but unfortunately we did not.
Yeah.
We went to Annapolis Royal, that is the oldest city in Canada. And there's the oldest graveyard in Canada. It's right there. And Fort Anne,
Hmm.
that was raided multiple times by natives when some native rebelled against the British
Yeah.
in early 1700s. So that place is really haunted, and we went to a hotel called the Queen Anne,
Yeah.
and the owner is kind of open to having us investigate the place.
Wow.
And but the good thing is that in October, when I will be over there during the symposium, we found another house, and the owners are welcoming us to investigate. Well, I'm going to be down for the symposium in October. They're
Mm.
really intrigued by it. They had the house for a year and a half. They're a couple from Alberta that
Yeah.
decided to go in Nova Scotia to retire, and the house dates from the late 1800s,
Wow.
and it's right there on the land where the native raided the fort and everything. So yeah, I drove straight to Dorchester, investigate, and left. Oh my God, yeah, that's nuts because Dorchester is a little bit closer from or it passed Fredericton. Well, I went to Fredericton and it took me 6 hours. So for Dom to go to Dorchester, it's a good 7 to 8 hours. So to go there, investigate, and come back, you can. uh, Dom, you're allowed to sleep at Dorchester, you know? Probably back then, probably not, but I know now it's an Airbnb, and Natasha and Bill are really, really awesome people. So you're allowed to,
Guys,
and I go and try it, go and live it, go to Dorchester Jail in New Brunswick, and you can sleep in an actual cell.
34 people. Hit the like button. Smash the like
See,
button. Come on,
smash
guys.
a
Don't be
like.
afraid. And don't forget to leave your fucking comments. We want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts, even if they're bad. I don't care.
You sleep there for 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, and a 14-hour drive. That's a little bit that's a little bit nuts. You're good.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're looking at the East Coast, I mean, the East Coast of Canada has got some real steep history.
Oh
We're
my
talking
God.
about some of the oldest history in Canada. Because, I mean, hey, let's face it. I mean, when the Europeans came to North America, the East Coast was its first victim.
Yeah, they all landed there, and um, Nova Scotia and the island of Cape Breton is right out there near Europe. So all the
Yeah.
French and the British, when they were crossing, the first place they were coming was the island of Cape Breton and
Mhm.
Nova Scotia, and the first um, the first lodging that the French built in 1605 was right across the bay, in Annapolis Royal. It was called Port Royal,
Yeah.
and they reenacted. They called what was called back then the habitation that the French were building. It was the house of the governor and some French troops, and it was where the native and the coureurs des bois would come and trade furs. So they had like a reenactment of the place, and it's absolutely well done. And so that was the first place where Europeans settled in Canada, was there. The first place. That was 1605. Afterwards, it was Tadoussac 1607, Quebec City it's 1614, Trois-Rivières 1634. They were good like in increments of four sevens.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
French.
Yes, Neil, I have. They're Battlefield Park in Stony Creek, which is a part of. Look at, Jeff, we're in trouble. You realize that
How come?
we're in deep shit, buddy.
How come?
We're in deep shit. And look at, I think we're being haunted by this guy.
Oh, to
Imagine that,
invite
eh?
this guy.
Hi guys, how's it
How's it
going?
going, Dom?
Hey,
Not bad, not bad. Just rushing. I'm launching my new company tomorrow. First investigation. So yeah, running as hell. So
He's running like a bat out of hell, a chicken with his head cut off. So you're not going to have any, Dom, you're not going to have any time for me when I come to Montreal then.
yeah, I will. I will. That's exactly what my new company is. It's
Yeah.
paranormal. Investigating, not ghost walking. It's paranormal investigation tour
Nice.
of Montreal.
Nice.
So yesterday we did for the company I work is called Montreal Haunted also. So
Yeah.
we did a small hybrid tour yesterday slash tour, ghost walk slash paranormal investigation, and I need to bring Jeff there, bro. Yeah.
I'll be in Montreal on the 21st, but I'll be on stage. So, but I can like
Well,
before.
come then come on you're in Montreal. Come on the 22. We're doing what we call the
I'll be with this guy on the 22nd. I'll be with this guy.
yeah, I forgot. Jesus Christ, I forgot that.
This guy's losing his brain. I'm just kidding.
Man,
I'm so like
man, I've been doing intros.
Dom,
logos.
don't worry. We're gonna be in there so many times. There'll be a time. Don't worry, dude. Lots of time. Lots of time.
Well, anyway,
I-
Jeff, you have to come.
I'll be there. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yesterday on the place, the first prison of Montreal. We actually on the Spirit Talker. Somebody told us he's in jail. Directly on the top of the cells, he was saying to us he was on in jail. So yeah, so pretty cool.
let me just address the question Neil asked. If you ever sat in a battlefield and just listened. And I alluded, yeah. There's a place here in Stony Creek called Battlefield Park, and if anybody knows the story of Laura Seacourt,
Yes.
Oh,
I've seen. Yes, I've seen the place. I've seen the.
Yeah.
I've seen the hill,
incredible
and I even
place.
went to
It's
see
about-
the tomb of Colonel. What's his name?
I'm listening.
Brock.
Yeah,
Brock.
Brock. Yeah.
General Brock. Sorry.
General Brock. Yeah. So there was one evening that we were in this particular Battlefield Park, which has the original house
Of
that
Laura
the
Seacourt.
that the British was their field house, was their main place that the Americans overtook, and then the British fought, got it back, and they battled it out in this field. And when you go there on the right night, you will see in the field, you will literally see the ghost of soldiers. It's so crazy.
You will.
It's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
I'll put some stuff more. What Steve is talking, because that place is about 20 minutes from my hometown. So yeah,
I
you'll
went to
hear
see the place.
you'll hear fire. They fire muskets.
Yeah.
You'll hear screams. You'll hear actual battles. You can be sitting and it's gonna be like next to your ear. So
I was there one night, and there's a huge memorial tower,
mhm.
right, that they built, and there's a walkway up the hill to this tower, and walking down the stairwell down to the bottom where the house is situated. I was walking down, and the weirdest fucking thing happened. I saw this fucking bright, well, it wasn't bright, it was very dull, an orb. And I fucking hate that word. I hate orb. But when you see it, it's a different story. This thing literally fucking flew across the stairwell and went underneath the fucking stairwell. It was so crazy.
I went to see the place because my friend Graham, his
Mm-hmm.
fire station is the fire station right next to Laura Seacord's house. You know, there's a fire station right there. That's his firehouse.
I have to take you guys. It's called the DeQ House, and that's Laura Seacord's actual house, the DeQ House. And right down the street is the Morning Star Mill. And I'm telling you, this place is insane. It's insane.
You're talking about places that I know about. So
History.
yeah, so you're talking about that, and I'm going like, yeah. The also one place that's cool that I like to go every time I go back to Hamilton. Obviously, I do the cemetery every single time.
What, Hamilton Cemetery? The big one? Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
Mhm.
If somebody's in the Hamilton and you're looking for a place to investigate, go to Hamilton Cemetery. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. But the Hermitage.
Oh yeah, the Hermitage. I could tell you stories about that. You want to hear something freaky about the Hermitage?
Mhm.
And this is before it was renovated. Now it's since been renovated. The facade of what was left of it's been renovated. But anyways, we were working with Hamilton Conservation to set up an investigation one evening in there. We managed to secure it. We went in there. We investigated the Hermitage. Had a lot of weird stuff happen. But the weirdest thing that came out of that, Dom, was the curator who was there with us when we were investigating. His name was Glenn. We had packed up, got ready to leave, left, and then 2 days later, I called the field office with some of the to thank them, say, hey, thank you for allowing us to investigate the property, like legit, right? Not just going in there and fucking causing shit, because a lot of people do that. But
yeah,
and to sort of tell, say thank you to Glenn and thank you, and hey, here's some of the findings that we've found so far. We had found out he passed away.
What?
Yeah. So he had left the Hermitage that night
Mm-hmm.
to go home, and he lived north of that location and was driving home and was killed in a head-on accident.
Whoa.
Right.
Is that not fucking freaky?
Yeah, no, that's
That's insane.
that's
Whoa.
yeah, That's special. Sorry for your loss. Sorry,
Yeah, that was insane.
but yeah, no, that's crazy. You leave an investigation and yeah, you meet the creator. So I was like, so
Let me
woo.
tell you. Let me tell you of another incident. We were investigating the Grand Theater in London, Ontario. Incredible place to investigate. The theory is that Ambrose Small, who used to own the London Theater, the Grand Theater in London, and of course a couple theaters in Toronto, had disappeared, and nobody has ever found him.
Good night, Sue.
The theory.
Nice.
Good evening, Sue. The theory is that he's buried in the Grand Theater, in the walls of the Grand Theater. But anyhow,
Hmm.
we investigated the theater, packed up, jumped in the car, started driving home. And as we were, you know, going through a traffic intersection, I T-boned a cop car.
Hmm.
If I had been going fucking a bit faster, he would have T-boned me and I would have been fucking dead. I wouldn't have been here. And
Wow.
this is after investigating that. It's called the Curse of Ambrose Spall. A curse. Is it? Is it real? Who the fuck knows?
Something
But I'll tell you.
something similar yeah, happened to me.
Yeah.
I was investigating up north here in my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Coming back at night, I'm alone in the car. Nobody's in the car. I'm driving and I'm tired. So I said, I'm not far from a shortcut that I could cut half of the city to get into my city. So
Yeah.
I'll take that shortcut. But it's
Mhm.
in the middle of farming lands and woods and stuff like that. So I said,
Yeah.
hey, fuck it. I'm taking that. So I started going, and there's a small curve, then a bridge, then a curve. I'm going speed limit. I'm not speeding, nothing. I'm going down the curve to get on the bridge, and I see something like a dark shadow, like lunch. So I said, "That's small animal, something." So I put the brakes and just like try to swerve, not to hit it.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, I hear kaboom, a big explosion. My tire busted. It exploded.
Ooh.
But
Ow.
when I say exploded, it cut my brake line. It smashed all the side of the panel of the side wheel, the light in the front, and the fog lights. Everything got ripped off,
Damn. That's
and
insane.
I was stuck in the middle of that. It was like 3 o'clock. I had to call somebody to come and get me and come and get the car because obviously there's nothing much that left like, except the rim and the oil that's leaking from the brake, the brake fluid. So yeah, that happened to me on one investigation, and that was like, yeah,
What are your thoughts? Like, I mean, do you think it was linked to the investigation or just coincidence?
still today I have no fucking clue. But
Isn't it crazy though?
but you talking about that, it now it's playing stuff in my head because the place we went to investigate,
Yeah. Mhm.
there was actually a black shadow there that was a little bit violent with the people. He would bite the dog. The dog would have bite marks on him. Uh, People that lived in the house would get scratches, bite marks, and stuff like that. And you see it, and usually at night you can still see if it's a skunk, a raccoon, a fox, a
Yeah.
coyote, or something. Even if it's dark, this was just a shadow and dark. You,
Crazy.
yeah. So could it be related? Maybe, but I'm not gonna say yeah it was absolutely related. But you talking about your experiences, it remind me about that experience, and I'll try to find the pictures to show you the side of the car, what it looked like. And I was freaked out. I even went to check on the bridge because when I took the curve and to see if there was, nails, glass, or something. Nothing was on the bridge. The bridge was spotless clean.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
That's insane. Like you often think, and this is something that comes up, you know, all the time when I investigate a lot of these locations. I mean, curses and stuff that could be related to the place that you're investigating and how it could potentially play out after the fact.
it's pretty it's pretty funny, like you're saying, because I do think that sometimes when you do investigate, it will affect your immediate after,
Hmm.
and sometimes it will affect you on, on investigation. I'll give you an example. My father, pure Italian, does not believe didn't believe in paranormal. Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
My sister either. She was a fervent believer that I was a bit cuckoo, running after the
That go,
ghost.
it goes with the territory, Dom. I know how you feel.
Yeah. So my father also was saying, "You're." So I got sick and tired of being labeled that I was, nuts, doing paranormal and stuff like that. So I put down my foot down, and I told my father and sister, I go, listen, you want me in a mental institution? Okay, no problem. Come to one paranormal investigation, one
Mhm.
only. And if after that investigation you do not believe in the afterlife, I will gladly go with you guys and sign myself into an asylum.
And that's a debate in itself, Dom.
After the,
When you say afterlife,
I mean, ghosts,
I
spirits,
know I know what you're saying. I'm just picking at you, buddy. I just
but
don't worry. I know what you're saying.
anyways, I bring them to the most haunted mountain in North America. Bring them to the
Night,
cemetery,
Sue. Take care. Sorry, go ahead. So,
and we start investigating. My father goes his way a little bit further than the group to investigate with his key two and the camera,
mhm.
and he's knocking on the crypts to try to get some answers. So I'm doing my stuff, investigating with the rest of the group. My sister goes her way also with the camera and K2 and
Yeah.
stuff. My father comes back. The camera is broken in a bunch of pieces. Brand new camera. He was the
Damn.
first one to use it. So I go, I see the camera. I go, what happened? He goes, I fell down. So after that, it was like, fuck the camera. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, he goes, yes, but I broke the camera. Fuck the camera. Are you okay? You're good? I go, explain me what happened. So he was at a crib, banging on the door. He made a three
Yeah.
knock on the crib to present himself. Hi, my name is. Is there anybody there? And while
Yeah.
he was saying that, on the side of the crib, a big black shadow came right in front of his face. So he backed
Damn.
up. He got scared. He got backed up, and he did tumbleweeds, and the camera went flying and broke. But yeah, so same thing happened to my sister in the same cemetery. She's a little
Yeah.
bit further away. She sees baby raccoons. So, oh, baby raccoon.
Yeah.
She, she because in that cemetery, the raccoons will come to your hand to eat in your hands. Okay, so she's
Yeah.
trying to call the raccoons to pet them and stuff.
Hmm.
While she's doing that, she could see 2 feet in front of her. So she lifts
Wow.
her head up, and there's a black shadow watching what she's doing. Same thing. Went running and went tumbling. She came back. She didn't break nothing, but she came back. She had hay in her hair, hay
Hey.
everywhere.
Hey.
I go, what the hell happened? So she explained me that story. So we continue investigating. When the investigation finished, I told my brother, my father and my sister, I go, listen, do I need to go to the asylum with you guys? no, 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 everything's okay. My father, the week after, we had a radio interview to present the team and what we do as services and stuff like that. So the guy is asking questions, and he asked my father. He goes, "Do you believe in paranormal?" So my father tells on live radio broadcast everywhere around in Quebec here. He goes, "I didn't believe in paranormal, but since my experience in the cemetery," and he starts explaining
Yeah.
on the radio his experience. He goes, "I'm a firm believer in the afterlife." So, so yeah.
Well, let me ask you, Dom, before
Yeah.
before you entered the paranormal ring,
Mm-hmm.
the investigation, the ghost walks, and so on and so on. Is there a time in your life that you said, "Oh my God, what the hell just happened?" Like paranormal wise, I mean, like something that attracted you to the paranormal. The reason why
Well,
you're doing this.
well. The reason why it is okay. We're gonna have to go like way back, way back,
We
way
can go way
back.
back. There we go, way back.
So I was born. Some of the guys in chat, Jeff knows. I was born what we call a blue baby. It took me 17 minutes to take my first breath. I was
Oh
dead.
wow.
I was dead. The doctor was sewing up my mother after a C-section, and he was trying to explain to my mother, "Your baby son, obviously didn't, you know,
Man, that's
wasn't
crazy.
because I had my cord around the neck and it was really tight. I was gone." So he was suing my mother, and all of a sudden I started crying.
Hey Melissa.
I started crying like a normal baby would do when he comes out, so take my first breath and start yawning and stuff like that. 17 minutes after. So at the age of 2, that I do remember, um, for a long time, I would say to 6, maybe even to 8 years old, I had a black shadow sitting on the edge of my bed every single night.
Hey Neil, how are you? Spotted
And
ghost.
that black shadow was just sitting there, not doing nothing, not hurting me, not trying to scare me, just sitting on the bed. Obviously, when you're young, you see something like that, you get scared. So I was calling my mother, my father. Obviously, my father at that time did not believe in paranormal, so for him, I was just playing games, not wanting to go to bed and stuff like that. My mother was a little bit more, mellow on the side, telling me there's no one there, but you know, maybe it's my guardian angel and stuff like that. Sort on. So slowly I started around, I would say around 4 or 5 years old. I started seeing spirits, hearing them. Um,
How do you mean seeing and hearing them? What do you mean? Explain.
like I see you.
Wow. Okay.
The only difference between seeing you and seeing a spirit, he was more cartoonish, if you want, but he was full body. I could see them full body, and I would tell my mother. My mother would say, "Come on, put your shoes on. We're going to grandma's house. Can my buddy come?" She would go,
They're like, oh, what do you mean your buddy?
"Well,
What
well,
buddy? What
well
are you talking about?
him and this one and that one." And my mother was freaking out. She brought me to see psychiatrists, all sorts of people, because she thought I was losing my marbles. Um, yeah. Slowly I started when going to school, and obviously I got presented to libraries. So obviously the thirst of knowing what was happening, how come this is happening, who's really coming to see us and stuff like that,
Yeah.
got me in books. And then after that I discovered, TV show, small TV documents, TV shows and stuff like that. Till 1999, that's when I decided, listen, I learned enough in the books and stuff. I want to go see by myself what I could catch outside, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so since then, I have this passion, obviously, for history, everything that's historical and stuff like that, and paranormal also is
Well, yeah, history. I think if anybody wants to look into the paranormal and if they're serious about it, history is a major aspect of this. I mean, you can't understand the paranormal without the history.
no.
The history
No.
and linking the possibility of being able to link any paranormal findings to the history is so gratifying.
I know a lot of people will tend to say, "I don't want to know the history before I did the investigating."
I hear it all the time. Yeah.
But the stories
I'm,
of the house. But
I'm
sometimes
on.
you
Go
have
ahead,
to
Boogie.
know the if you don't know your history, you cannot understand how a family like in 1830 was living.
Hmm.
That's
I
knowing your history. But
I
when I
agree.
go into a house, if I get a name, I want to know after the fact that was the name of the owner of the house.
Legit.
Like,
See, I'm different, and Jeff has investigated with me a lot of times. I'll give an example at the Mosin crypt when we went with the
well,
outlet guys. Um, a name came up while we're investigating Anna. Mr. Mosin has maybe nothing's proven back, but a lot of backstories that they come to
Hmm.
that he had
Yep.
a illegitimate daughter named
Hmm.
Anna. So
Okay.
when I said that back to the guys of the Outlaws, I said, "Hey, he had a good apparently that story," and the ramp up went off again as soon as I said that. So for me, I like knowing those things before investigating because when we do investigate, I'm not gonna use, "Hey Anna, are you here?" and come in, talk to me and stuff like that. If there's nothing to that, but when the name pops up, then I'll use a part of history to explain a little bit in the video
yeah,
why.
but yet that when we investigated, you knew that part of the history. I didn't know about that. So
Yeah,
for me, it was irrelevant. But if I had did some more research and know it, and you have to be really careful because sometimes like stories could have been made up just
Absolutely. Yep.
for
Hmm.
for one particular reason. Like sometimes it's not related to the paranormal, sometimes it's money wise, and Molson was rich, so to come forward and say, hey, I'm his illegitimate daughter, well, probably was something related to his fortune more than
could
somebody
be.
trying to fake the paranormal. But
Good night,
is it
Julie. Take care.
is it true? We don't know because we weren't there back then, and there are no records.
But this plays into what I've been saying and what I my way of viewing this all is that again one visitation to a location in terms of knowing the history or not, blah blah blah, you need to be a part of that location more than one time. You need to be
Oh
there
yeah,
several times, weeks, months, years. And this is people will say to me, "You're investigating that place again?" Well, yeah.
Hmm.
I want to truly understand what the fuck is going on there.
and you have
And
to.
yeah, people don't
You have
understand that.
to.
They don't
You have
understand
to.
that.
The lady in Nova Scotia that has the or Airbnb, but well, actually, it's a bed and breakfast in Annapolis Royale. She actually offered us to stay more than one night
There you
because
go. There you
she
go.
knows that sometimes it takes more than one night to investigate. So
I got
Lomar, Chelsea, and I, we said like, well, we could at least stay 2 nights, so we
Hmm.
can do like I did on the Queen Mary, can do like a little more thorough investigation, do more research on the location. But going back to what you were telling before, it's not that I don't want to know the history of a place.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't want to know particular stories relating to the place that other investigations may know.
Hmm.
That if I come there and we have something in relation with the story that goes with the place we're investigating, I want the investigator to say, okay, that's relevant. Because like
but
I
but
work with Spirit Talker. You
but
know,
at
I
the
work
same
with Spirit
time,
Talker.
at the
But
same time, what
people
you're hold on 2 seconds, just cut to 2 seconds. At the same time, what you're seeing is you want somebody on the investigation to know the full story.
sometimes yes,
Yeah.
but when it's not possible, I'll research some places you cannot research the history after the fact. You know the stories because unfortunately the internet is polluted because of stories. That's why sometimes yes I will go to those known places, but I will go to an unknown place because I don't want
I
all that
prefer them. I prefer those
all
locations.
that like just to say the Hinsdale house. There was so much people that went there, play with Ouija boards, do all sorts of shit that could have opened anything else than what is proper to the land. Going with Steve to the Spruce Lane Manor or farmhouse. We investigate. I use Spirit Talker. Steve doesn't really believe in it.
I never said it. I don't believe in it. I'm just
Well,
saying I'm skeptical.
skeptical. We
Yeah.
investigate.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everything it spits out relates to the place.
Which is
Then
cool.
Steve will go, okay, okay,
Yeah.
we've got something here. We've got something. This this name that came out was the wife of the owner of the house, and
Hmm.
she died here. You know,
That's the reason why I use the history, why I studied before doing my investigation, to come pinpoint and say, not to focus on what I researched and about the play, but like Jeff is saying, if you go to investigate a place and the lady says, "Hi, my name is Mary. I died. I was 27 years old." Example from cancer, and in your research there is a Mary that was 27 and died with cancer. Now you can say that's relevant. That's pure facts.
yeah, but
It's
that
in
that's
registries.
that's
That's
your work. That's your work when you edit and you present your video.
mhm,
Then include the information that
mhm,
okay, like when I started investigating and putting it out there on YouTube, I
Hmm.
didn't know I didn't know better. But I went to investigate a place in Liverpool, Nova Scotia, and I was investigating near the tomb of a gentleman named Simeon Perkins, and everything was pointing towards like uh, somebody had his gold or his goods stolen. Go back where I was working on the movie, do my research, and hey, what the heck? Simeon Perkins was raided by privateers in 1778, and all his belonging and his gold was stolen.
I'm gonna test you guys both right now, and this one is directed at Dom. I'm gonna say this to Dom,
why are you picking on me, man?
but I'm gonna ask you guys right now.
Okay.
What am I thinking right now? What am I thinking right now? And I'll ask you both. What's the first thing that comes to mind as to asking me what I'm thinking right now? Now, Dom, I'll tell you. I'll ask you, but I want to hear what you guys say. What am I thinking right now?
I don't know.
Let's see how close you guys can get.
How what you're thinking right now?
We're experimenting here. Let's Jeff,
I
take
don't
a
have that ability.
take
No, I
take
don't have
take
that.
take a
I
stab.
even if I try, I don't
Take
have
a
that.
stab. Take a stab. Take a
No,
stab. Come on.
because
I
I
was
don't
going to
have that
say,
ability, and I won't pretend having that ability. So,
Oh no, no,
I,
no!
I
I'm not saying you do have that ability, but I want. We're experimenting here. Just take a stab.
no, no, I, 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 I won't try because it's funny enough. When I search for something and I don't find the answer, it heightens my anxiety,
Coffee?
and
No.
no,
you're
it
thinking,
ends my yeah.
okay, I'm gonna shoot it like this. I
He,
don't
are
know
you
why.
gonna? You gonna take a
I'm,
shot?
I'm
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm hearing like a. I don't know why, but yeah, but a drink.
No, no.
No. Okay.
Sure, Jeff. You don't want to take a stab? Yeah,
No,
Frank says beer. No.
no.
For some odd reason, I'm getting this overwhelming feeling, and this is directed at Dom. Dom, I'm picking up, and I'm not fucking psychic, but for some odd reason, I'm picking up a girl with pink or purple hair. Pink or purple hair. I don't know why, but I'm picking
On.
up.
Hold on. Hold on. You're gonna fucking go crazy. Hold on.
His mom. Is it his mom? Jeff, have you met his mom?
No,
Oh,
I've met his girlfriend, but
oh, am I bang on or what? Because I'm telling you, I had
probably calls his girlfriend.
I've had this overwhelming feeling. I don't know what it is, but this a female with pink or purple hair or both. Just, I don't know what it is. And again, I am as psychic dumb as they come, but I just don't. Like I said,
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to show you my one of my daughter's hair. She
okay.
she had purple hair not too long ago. I didn't see it, but she just changed 2 days ago. So I said, "Come." I was knocking on her room door. And say, "Come to the video to. I want to show you your hair." She goes, "Why?" Opens the door. She opens the door. I go, "Oh, you don't have purple hair no more." She goes, "No." She goes, "But I still have." She goes, "I still have pictures if you want." I go, "No, it's okay. Bye." Why? Why? I go, "No."
And Dom, I don't know anything about your family or anything, right? I
Well,
don't know anything. I
I'm
that
not.
for some odd reason I just had this overwhelming feeling that there's some girl, a female with purple or pink
Actually,
hair.
actually, my two oldest daughters, one that doesn't live in my house, she lives in Gatineau. She had purple hair, and she just dyed her hair a couple of days. Also, they're like two twins. So if one does one color, the other one wants the same color. So yeah, so I guess she changed her hair 2 days ago. Must be because her sister has the same color of hair. So yes, so
I don't want the same color.
both of my daughters had purple hair a couple of days ago.
I mean, yes, this purple is always around, yeah, but for some odd reason, I don't know why. As Dom was talking and Jeff was talking, and I don't know. I'm like, I'm getting a female with purple or
Purple
pink
hair.
hair.
No, I don't.
Not
And
pink hair,
I
but purple hair. Yeah, my two daughters had well, no more, but they. I could send you pictures to show to prove I'm not
Oh,
joking.
I believe you. I believe you. It's just like I said. It's just
But
really weird.
that's funny. Yeah.
Random thought. And for some odd reason with Jeff, what I'm getting with Jeff, I'm picking up.
I'm very tired, man.
I know you're really tired here, but Jeff, I'm picking up a shovel with a brown handle, a shovel with a brown handle.
I've got shovels
I,
in my garage, but
and
one
a short shovel
one's
with
got a blue, one's got a red handle, and
and
the other one's got a black one.
one that was used in the last week.
Okay. Okay, you're not seeing Jeff, you're seeing me. I have like
Okay, am I seeing Dom?
we
Dom, am I?
we just did our Jesus Christ on the side of the house, when it cracks and stuff like that.
Mm,
So we just
show me
dig,
your
and
crack, yeah.
my yeah, I showed them the cracks. Yeah, you fucking nuts. The cracks about this wide on the house.
Ouch!
So yeah, it just cost us almost 10 grand to fix that
Oh,
thing.
ouch!
So yeah, so this week, exactly yesterday, before my tour, I was shoveling with that shovel, old brown shovel with a brown handle. You want me to go
Sorry,
get it?
sorry, Jeff. I didn't mean to implicate you in some
No,
nefarious sort of.
I would love to help you, but
Uh,
yeah.
But yeah, the shovel once again. That's me.
yeah,
Okay,
absolutely, Frank. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I could go get the shovel. It's right next to that window where you see that red.
What?
Americans in Canada.
We're all about the burbs, right? Canada's about burbs.
Birds. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have aluminum and wood on the top, but the how do you call that? Jesus Christ, I forgot the name. The base of the house, like the basement and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all cement. That's what's cracking.
A
So
footing.
so now it's fixed and stuff like that. So we're shoveling, putting dirt back in the holes and stuff like that to fill up the holes with that grass and asphalt.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna sign off because I'm really tired. I have to
Okay,
to catch up some sleep. So
All right,
I'll
guys.
sign off,
okay, okay, Jeff. You take care. Get some beauty
and
sleep,
I'll
buddy.
get to you shortly to plan everything for next week.
Absolutely, man.
All
Absolutely.
right,
We'll touch base on that, dude.
all
Night,
right.
night,
You
bro.
guys take
Take
care.
take
Everybody in the
care.
chat. Good
Take
night,
care, Jeff.
and
Have a good night.
Later. Oh, he's got the
Got the
blues going. Look
blues.
at that.
Yeah.
So that's strange, Dom. That's really strange.
That's funny because usually, yeah. Okay.
Wow. Wow. Shovel purple hair.
Yeah.
That's crazy. If
And
any
that's funny because you were saying like in the last week somebody was shoveling. I was like, man, I was doing that yesterday with the exact same shovel you just mentioned. It's an old wooden handle with a brown top on. Yeah.
Wow. If anybody wants to click the link and want to join Dom and I, we'll probably go for a little bit longer. So if anybody wants to pop on up, come on up. Link is at the top of the chat if you're in the YouTube chat. And it's in the Twitch chat. So I mean, if anybody wants to, by all means, you're more than welcome.
Coming back to our story of history or not and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like Jeff was saying, was saying before. Yes, I go to a place to investigate. Yes, I'll know the history of the place, what happened, battlefields, and stuff like that. But I'm not going there to say, hey, okay, there's a person that died here. I want to speak with it. No, I'm open to all options. So anything,
Yeah.
but when something occurs, let's say, like you were saying, but let's say brown shovel and stuff like that, then you can connect both together. You know,
Yeah.
you have the thing, you have the history. You can say, okay, this person or that thing was related to the investigation, so that makes you a proof of the paranormal on that side with the history.
Dom, I like Frank's explanation better. Just kidding.
In either of
bald,
the forehead.
bald heads.
That's funny.
Like radios in tune.
I've been thinking about Spirit Talker a lot recently and why
Yeah,
some people get amazed response and some people get nothing. Spotted. Um, I was talking about that today. Well, just before I was talking about Spirit Talker. Obviously, I like Spirit Talker. Um, Yesterday we went to a place to investigate a prison. We were on top of the prison cells, and the Spirit Talker told us prison. So, so I like the Spirit Talker. I obviously I use it a lot in my investigations, and I do find sometimes it will. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it will pop up something like freaking random,
random. Yeah.
but a lot of times they're pinpoint on the things we're investigating. So that's why I like it a lot, and I even with the on the investigations we do offer people, you know, you can use this app or that app. We do suggest people on the tours on both my company and the company I work for. We do suggest people using Spirit Talker as an app to work with and stuff like that. But
I
I'm not saying that to, you know, to force down it.
No, but
Everybody,
I'm hearing recommendations. Obviously, I'm not a huge app person when it comes to investigating the paranormal, but I mean, I have heard from several people, Spotted Ghost, Spirit Talker.
hmm
I hear it quite often. In fact, I've downloaded the Spirit Talker app, and I haven't put it in play yet, but I
well,
have it.
you're going to investigate with Jeff soon. Jeff uses the Spirit Talker, so maybe let him, you know, just
Well, I'll let him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
use it
Absolutely.
during the investigation, and you can see it go, and you'll be able to, you know, to give maybe yourself an opinion on that. And like I said, I'm not trying. I know a lot of people, they don't want to use it. For them, they, you know, they're not trusting in apps, but this is one app I I recommend to a lot of people.
Mm.
And like I said, if you use it, you use it. If not, hey, it's okay.
Take
Also, you know, we'll still be friends and stuff like that, even if you don't believe in that. But yeah,
take care, Laura. Good to see you. Take care. All the best. Have a good
like
weekend.
Laura,
Night. No,
yeah,
I mean, I don't hold grudges or anything like that. I mean, hey, people, if they enjoy using these apps and everything else, that by far, hey,
I
go
don't
ahead.
use.
I
I
mean that's your prerogative. Then by all means, go ahead and
I
use
don't
them.
use a lot of I don't use a lot of apps. The ones I
Yeah,
use like that is Spirit Talker. I'll use also Echo Box, and
but
once in a
Dom,
while I use Necrophonic.
the way I look at it is, I mean, we're in a highly unknown situation. I mean, and theory based and blah blah blah. But I mean, that doesn't mean that these apps and everything else, they don't work. That doesn't mean that. I mean, we have to utilize whatever the hell we can to try to understand what's going on. We really do.
What I keep on telling people in that thing, if it works for you, good. If not, you'll find something else that will work for you to be able to investigate. And doesn't mean that because you're not using the apps that you're
Yeah.
not legit or you're not going to get answers also on your side with different techniques or whatever. But you know, everybody's learning by a little bit here, and you can take some from, you know, everybody. So yeah.
I say, and I stand by it. I mean, if you want to use these, apps and so on, these spirit boxes and Frank's boxes and Radio Shack hacks and whatever else. just be responsible. I mean, try to explain before you throw out there and say, "Hey, look it, I've got, hey, but without really trying to explain what's really going on. I mean, if you have a sort of a reaction from one of these boxes, a spirit talker in this case, do you have something else going off? Like, say, an EMF meter going crazy that's not close to the spirit talker or your phone or whatever else it's going off. If you have multiple things going off, then hey, maybe something's going on.
Yep.
Back it up. But
Always, what I tell a lot of people on my tours is, yes, paranormal is fun. Yes, it's
yeah,
fun to discover the things and to talk with people on the other side. But
yeah,
at the same time, you have to be able to demystify what's
yeah,
happening,
you really
because a
do.
lot of things, nature can be, you can get tricked a lot with nature outside. Um,
Explain the explainable.
you can be tricked with electricity in a house. You can be
Hmm.
tricked with plumbing in a house, and a
Yep.
lot of people will not investigate those parts. They will hear a knock in the wall and start saying that it's the ghost of the Uncle Albert that came back because he doesn't like a mom's pea soup. Example. So.
It's like anything. I mean, if you go into a situation where you're investigating a location, always think first. Explain the explainable. Think about what these tools are made for and why you're applying them,
Hmm.
and don't assume that they're there to look for ghosts. I mean, you really have to think outside the box here. You really do. I mean, if you stay inside that box, you're going to be fooled. You really are. And then if you present this to people out there on a grand mass, they're gonna scrutinize you. They're gonna say, "Hey, you're full of shit," and this is easily explained. So make sure, if you're ready to go to the masses with something that you figure is, well, hey, this is very interesting, present it to them, and they're like jumping all over you and saying, "No, this is what it is." You're in trouble. But I mean, if you have something that you've critiqued, you've had people who are in the know critique it, and they can't figure it out, then hey, throw it out there and say, "Hey, look I want to hear what you guys think."
Hmm.
You know, I have a thick skin because you definitely need a thick skin. If you don't have a thick skin, then don't bother.
That's another thing. You're talking about thick skin. A lot of people will ask you, "What do you think about this?" You'll give me the humble opinion, and they'll
Yep,
give a bunch of shit because you're not going on their side.
yep,
Listen, you're asking for an advice. What do you think
yep,
about this? I'm talking about what I feel with what you presented to me. Okay.
yep,
I was not there on the investigation. I was not, you know what I mean? Obviously, if I see something that's, basically paranormal, I'll tell you that's paranormal. If it's not, I'll tell you that's not paranormal. This could be this. Try to debunk before, you know, like it,
like
like I'll get I was giving the example when there's a knock in the wall or a tap or something. Could it be because somebody's flushing the toilet? Could it be, different stuff? The pipes are have air inside, stuff like that. The heating system is clinking because it's an old system, and when it starts, it needs to heat up. So it's tick, 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 tick. You think it's something shaking,
I mean, the first rule of thumb is if you can't recreate, then you might have something. But if you try to recreate. You have to try to recreate. Um, for instance, if you're snapping photos, and all of a sudden you have a photo of interest, and then you present it and say, "Hey, look, I got something paranormal." Then okay, fine, great. Do you have a photo before and after? Make sure you take a series of photos. Always, the more photos the better. Yeah.
I tell people on the picture things when I bring them. I go, listen, if you going to present me to something, what I recommend to everybody, starting the boat tour, take 2 to 3 pictures in the same angle, not one here, not one here, not one here, and say those are 1, 2, 3 because it's not the same angle. If you take, let's say, 2 pictures, minimum 2 pictures,
Yeah.
and in one picture you have something, you have a comparison, you can compare both pictures and say, hey, how come I have this on that picture and this is not on the second picture, which is
Yeah.
about 5-10 seconds difference. Even better if you have three, maybe it was a bird moving and you see him land on a, bird around. But yeah,
Mhm.
minimum 2 pictures, same direction, same angle, you know could be, a little bit centimeters, apart like that, but
Yeah.
so that's a way better thing to and if you go outside and it's cold outside, when you take a picture, instead of taking the picture like this in front of you and breathing, put your head on the side, take 2 shots. Why I'm saying that is because when you breathe, you make a mist. So it could go in front of your camera and be captured as a mist or something. And you'll go say, yeah, yeah, you'll be saying, oh, I have a mist on my pictures. No,
Yeah.
that's breathing, bread, dude, or cigarettes and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's there's so much out there that where people will simply say, "Ah, look, I've got something interesting. I've got something paranormal," and that's not the case. The case is you automatically assume that you have something that is paranormal without looking at it and looking into it, looking, trying to explain it. You have an anomaly. Okay, has anyone ever seen this anomaly before? Because chances are somebody has seen something similar in terms of that anomaly. Okay, compare it. Okay, yeah, okay, I guess that's what it is. If it's not, then hey, perhaps you might have something, but run it through those gates, because I'm telling you, if you don't run it through these levels of interrogation and you present it as, look at, I've got proof of the paranormal,
Mhm.
people will laugh at you. People will say, did you even look at it? Did you seriously? There's so many people that post on YouTube and social media, TikTok, and blah blah blah. I've got something paranormal. I've got proof of demons. I got proof of this, proof of that. And you sit there and go, wow, what a waste of time.
Another example, I got one. I got a team here in Quebec. The guy took a picture of a plasma ball in
Yeah.
the dark. The plasma ball is working. Obviously, in the dark, he used a flash.
Yeah.
Obviously, what do you expect? The plasma is everywhere, so that's a paranormal evidence for this guy. So when I told him, listen, that's not paranormal, I go, you used the flash on something reflected, so it
Yep.
went. He told me, listen, go check the photo again and do your homework because
Yep.
that goes. The guy has about two investigations underneath his belt.
Mm.
I've been doing that for the past 25 years. And I told the guy, listen, I've been doing that for more than 25 years. Okay. I'm
Yep.
telling you exactly that. I go, you're going to have to, you know, if you don't want to be, because a lot of people like to do shame on people or
Yeah.
like that. So I go, if you do not want to be, shamed on, I go, recheck your stuff. I go, I could recreate it here in my office, the same picture you have. Easy, easy as 1, 2, 3, you know? But yeah,
Yeah.
so people tend to, they a lot of people want to believe in the afterlife,
Yeah.
paranormal evidence, and stuff like that. And a lot of people tend to not debunk properly. Another example, you said something that you didn't like very much: orbs. What a fucking big debate. So, a lot of
You
people will take
know,
pictures of dust and
I automatically dismiss any orbs that are captured on camera or video now. It's a different story if you visually see it real time with your eyes, with the naked eye, then it's a little different. But a lot of times now with photos and video, it's very explainable. It's 99.9% of the time it's very explainable. The environment that the stuff is taken in, it will explain to you what is going on. And most people, it's not that they do it on purpose. They just don't understand.
I
But
like
when you go ahead.
I like taking pictures.
Yeah.
I'll take between, depends on the investigation, between sometimes 200 to five, six, 600 pictures on one investigation. Sometimes depends on the hours we're there. If it's 8, 12 hours, sometimes it will go in the thousands of pictures. When I do a small montage, if you want, I will include pictures with dust, orbs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
just for the, like the creepiness. It works in the video. It's in the creepy woods. You have a bunch of those things, but at the same time, I'm not trying to preach to nobody. At the
Yeah.
same time, I have some, what I call truly orbs, that I can't explain.
Okay.
When and when I'm talking, it's bigger than the size of a football ball on top of monks' tombstones, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Only
Okay.
one, not 400, not 50, not just one big motherfucking. I'm sorry, my
Yeah.
language.
That's fine.
Thing. So that, I got something that was quite a special on a Kinect system. You're not supposed to capture orbs or stuff like that. I do have a picture at the prison we were talking before, with Jeff, Dorchester Prison,
Yep.
where a orb, you see a ball rolling in the picture on the
Oh
video.
wow.
So,
Interesting.
so I do believe in something. I'm not saying that orbs are ghosts. The way I perceive an orb, I perceive it like a ball of energy that the spirits will use
Okay.
to be able to manifest, voice, or move
Yeah.
something. The reason why I'm saying that is, when you watch a truly orb on TV shows or stuff like that, you'll see the orb pass and you'll have a EVP at the same time. Or
Well, I
you have
mean,
you have an orb passing and you have a hit on the rampart or stuff like that.
yeah. I mean, that's television, but I mean, and if you're really
Well,
investigating a
well,
location,
what I'm
then you do have that happen. Then, yeah, you definitely, probably, most likely, truly have something going on.
when I'm talking TV and stuff like that, I'm meaning, let's say you go on YouTube, that's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about ghost
Oh,
adventures
okay.
and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
That's more tricky. So yeah, sometimes
Okay.
it's side effects that are put in.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jeff told you before. I did sign a contract here in Quebec to be on TV. The
Yep.
Canada did we did 31 hours for a pilot, and that's in the shelves because the promoter, producer, and TV plays wanted more. If you want more for the buck, you
I've
understand where I'm going.
done. Dom, I've been in front of the camera, behind the camera. When it comes to TV shows, I know all about it. Like I said, when it comes,
So,
especially with the paranormal, like I
so
said,
obviously, when at the time my team we weren't down with that, putting more stuff than you know. So obviously they took down the broke the contract. The contract got cut down and stuff like that. But yeah, so but when I talk TV, when I say TV, I mean YouTube and stuff like that. You'll see sometimes
Yeah.
real evidence and stuff. Obviously, some people will take dust for orbs also. But yeah,
Gotcha, buddy.
so,
I gotcha. I think we're gonna call it. I mean, I'm beat. I think yeah, I'm at the end of my fucking rope here. I'm tired, but
all right.
I want to thank you and Jeff for coming on. Always a pleasure, my friend, to have
Sorry,
you on.
sorry, I was late. Like I said,
Oh, dude.
I'm
Hey,
running.
whatever.
I'm running like crazy, and starting Saturday, the company is lunch.
Tell
Um,
everybody about the company and what you're doing and everything else. Get it out
okay,
there. And
okay.
where they can find you? Like, I mean, where are they gonna find you? Tell them.
Okay, the company's on Facebook. It's called Ghost of Montreal. We're on YouTube. I just started the YouTube page. There's no videos yet, nothing there. We just started putting it on YouTube. Obviously, I'm working on a small intro, so the intro is going to come quite often. So what I do is I bring people on to historical places that have paranormal activity related to them. I bring on people. I give a tour of the place we're investigating, explain the history of the place, then explain the equipment because I do lend some equipment to people to be able to work with it, you know, figure out how do you use a K2 and stuff like that. So we give a small crash course, not an intensive course, and we do investigate the place that we're looking at. So we do that 7 days a week.
Awesome,
anytime
dude.
anytime you want, you can reserve a private investigation, or else it's small groups of 10. Depends on the place where it's between 10 to 15 people that we do bring investigate in those places. So we do that everywhere
Hey,
around Montreal.
Montreal, Quebec, guys. Montreal, Quebec,
And we're
Canada.
working slowly. Well, obviously, I have my good friend Elliot from Phantom of Your that's doing like a little bit the Ontario side, Cornwall, Kingston, in those places. But we're gonna slowly merge. Maybe have a partnership with. It's in the talkings. Maybe have a partnership with Phantom of Yours, so we'll bring people from Quebec to Ontario to investigate those places also. So, if that's something you're in Montreal, it's something that you would like to do, just hit me on my Facebook. Like I said, Ghost of Montreal, Dominic on Facebook. Investigation 13 is my investigation team. We're also on Facebook, YouTube. Check us out. If you have any questions, paranormal equipment, stuff like that, just write to us and we'll gladly answer you. No strings attached.
Awesome, dude.
So
Always a blast having you on, buddy.
it's a blast to be with you guys and be able to talk about paranormal, have open, clean discussions like when not saying we agree on things, but we're able to talk and not say I'm coming
Agree,
to your house to kick
disagree,
your butt.
whatever.
Yeah,
Agree,
it's not
disagree. It's everybody. It's about getting everyone's
everybody has.
perspective out there, and that's all that matters.
That's it. So thank you once again, Steve, to have me on your show. It's always a pleasure. Like I said, always a pleasure to chat with the people in chat. Have a good discussion, and at the end of the day, be happy. Go home. Everybody's home watching this. So thank you once again.
Exactly. And if you're watching on the big TV, thank you. No, just kidding. Guys, take care. Everybody in chat, Melissa, Neil, Frank, Sixtus. Who else? I want to make sure I get everybody here who's left.
Melissa,
Steven, of course. And Neil, I said Neil, right? I said Neil. And Spotted Ghost, who I think is Neil as well, isn't it? Neil? And well, everybody who's lurking and everything else, thank you. Hit that like button, smash it. Leave
Share
your
it out.
don't be afraid to leave your comments down below. Guys, we love to hear from you guys. Take care. Dom, great to have you, buddy. Take care, man.
Thank you, man.
Later, everyone. Have a good
Later.
evening
Take care.
or good morning.